Welcome back to the channel, my fellow Port Charles addicts. Today is Friday, a beautiful day everywhere except in my living room, because I am currently losing my absolute mind. I am typing this at 2 a.m., running on pure caffeine and unadulterated soap opera adrenaline. We need to talk about what just happened. I cannot believe Jack Brennan just did that. I am literally screaming at my television right now. I mean, I kind of suspected something was up, but this? Jack freaking Brennan. You guys, we have been played. We have been absolutely 100% played by the writers, by Brennan, by the WSB, by everyone. I am sitting here shaking because the sheer audacity of this man to fake his locked-in syndrome, sit in that bed at Turning Woods while Nina Reeves is having moral panics about syringes, and secretly broker a full-blown immunity deal with the WSB, it is genius. It is evil. It is the most WSB thing I have ever seen in my entire life watching this show. And I am so mad about it, but also kind of standing up and clapping. Wait, I'm getting ahead of myself. Let me just breathe. Okay, back to the point. Because we have to talk about Carly. Oh, Carly. I love her. You know I do. I have been watching since 2015, and I have defended Carly Corinthos Jax, whatever her last name is today, through thick and thin. But, my God, the woman does not know how to listen. Valentin Cassadine looked her dead in the eye and told her not to go to Windermere. He warned her. He literally said it was too dangerous, that Ross Cullum was a lethal threat, and that she needed to wait for a real plan. But no, because Carly is gonna Carly. She gets this bee in her bonnet about Jocelyn being missing, and suddenly she is Nancy Drew with a death wish, storming the castle on Spoon Island like she is invincible. I mean, I get it. It's her daughter. If I thought my kid was locked in a Cassadine dungeon, I would probably grab a flashlight and a crowbar too. But this was a trap. It was always a trap. And the scene where she actually finds Jocelyn's ring? Okay, give Laura Wright the Emmy right now. Just hand it to her. The way the camera panned down in that dark, creepy Windermere hallway, and the moonlight caught the gold of the ring Jocelyn dropped on purpose, it was cinematic. It was beautiful. You could literally see Carly's heart stop in her chest. All the denial, all the hope that maybe Joss was just off the grid, or hiding somewhere safe, it all evaporated in one single second. She knew. She knew her baby girl was a hostage. I was crying. I am not ashamed to admit it. The raw maternal panic was so real. She was clutching that ring like it was her lifeline. But then, bam, the doors get kicked in. The WSB raid. I jumped off my couch. I spilled my drink. Suddenly there are tactical lasers everywhere, guys in full body armor swarming the foyer of Windermere, and who walks in through the grand double doors? Jack Brennan. Looking like he just stepped off a GQ cover, not a man who was supposedly paralyzed in a hospital bed yesterday. I am sorry, but the swagger on this man? Unmatched. He completely played everyone. He used Nina, he used the threat of Ross Cullum, he used the whole code word thing to stall while he got his ducks in a row with the feds. He traded whatever intel he had to get full immunity. He sold them all out to save his own skin and get his power back. Am I the only one who thinks this is the greatest villain comeback of the year? I know some people are loving this Brennan twist, but personally, I am devastated for Valentin. Because Valentin, my poor, tragic, romantic, self-sacrificing Valentin Cassadine, he couldn't just stay at Carly's house. He couldn't just protect himself. He knew she went to Windermere. He knew she was walking into the lion's den. So what does he do? He risks his freedom. He risks Steinmauer. He risks never seeing Charlotte again, just to go after the woman he loves. When he burst into that room to save Carly, I swooned. I literally swooned. It was like a classic soap opera hero moment. He took out 2 WSB agents in hand-to-hand combat. The choreography was amazing, by the way. He was fighting like a man who had absolutely nothing to lose except Carly. But there were just too many of them. Watching Valentin get subdued was painful. It was physically painful to watch. They tackled him to the ground, and he was still reaching for Carly, and Carly screaming for them to get off him. Chills. Literal chills. The WSB agent reading them their rights while Brennan just stood there, watching with this cold, detached look on his face. And the charges, oh my God, the charges. They are not playing around. They hit Valentin with breaking out of Steinmauer Federal Penitentiary, which we all knew was hanging over his head, but it still hurt to hear it spoken out loud. And then they turned to Carly. harboring an international fugitive. I mean, let's be real for a second. Carly has harbored fugitives before. Remember when she used to hide Jason from the cops in the 90s? Remember when she covered for Sonny Corinthos every other week? It is practically her favorite hobby. Yeah, it didn't work then either, but this is the WSB. This isn't the PCPD where Dante or Chase can just look the other way or misplace a file. This is federal. This is international. Carly is in handcuffs, being dragged out of Windermere, knowing that her daughter is trapped somewhere beneath her feet, and she cannot do a damn thing about it. The sheer helplessness in her eyes. I have never seen Carly look so defeated. Usually, she is fighting, she is clawing, she is threatening to sue everyone in the room. Tonight, she just looked broken, because she knows she failed Jocelyn. But wait, I haven't even gotten to the part that made me want to throw my remote control through my television screen. Ross Cullum, that absolute snake, that menacing, double-crossing, murderous psychopath. Where was he during all of this? Standing in the shadows on the balcony, watching the entire WSB raid unfold, with the biggest, smuggest, most disgusting grin on his face. I hate him so much. I hate him more than I hated Shiloh, and that is saying a lot. Cullum didn't even have to lift a finger. The WSB literally did his dirty work for him. Think about it. Think about the global plot right now. Cullum is trying to complete Cesar Faison's cold fusion weapon prototype. He kidnapped Liesel Obrecht. He has Jocelyn as leverage. Who were the only two people on the outside who had the resources, the motivation, and the ruthlessness to storm Windermere and stop him? Carly and Valentin. And now, they are in federal custody. Cullum just watched his two biggest obstacles get hauled away in handcuffs by the good guys. It is sick. It is a sick, twisted irony that Brennan's deal with the WSB actually cleared the path for the real villain to win. And can we talk about this Faison project for a minute? I have been watching this show a long time. Whenever Faison's name gets brought up, you know we are dealing with world-ending, catastrophic stakes. This isn't just a mob war over the docks. This isn't Sonny and Sidwell fighting over coffee shipments or whatever. This is a weapon. A prototype that Britt Westbourne was forced to work on, and now poor Liesel is trapped down there being forced to finish it. And with Carly and Valentin out of the picture, who is going to save them? Who is left? Are we relying on Sonny? Because Sonny is busy holding Pascal hostage in a coffee warehouse trying to get dirt on Sidwell. Are we relying on Jason? Jason is locked up by the WSB somewhere else. Dante and Lulu are desperately searching for Rocco and Britt. Everyone is so fractured right now. Port Charles is in absolute shambles. The heroes are all occupied, arrested, or missing. Ross Cullum literally has a free pass to finish this weapon and sell it to the highest bidder, or use it, or whatever his endgame is. I am terrified. I am genuinely dreading what happens next week, but I also cannot wait to watch it. And what does this mean for Nina and Brennan? Okay, back to the point about Brennan. Nina thought she was building this alliance with him. She thought she was saving him by throwing away that paralytic dose. She thought they were going to team up against Cullum and Sidwell. Did Brennan just betray Nina too? Or is Nina part of his WSB immunity deal? Imagine if Nina gets dragged into this, harboring a fugitive charge, because she knew Valentin was at Carly's house. The ripple effects of this raid are going to destroy half the town. I kind of want to see Nina confront Brennan. I want to see her slap him. But I also kind of want them to make out. I don't know, I'm contradicting myself because I'm so emotional right now. The chemistry is there, but the betrayal is so deep. I am just so sad for Valentin and Carly. Car V. Val Car. Whatever we are calling them. I know a lot of fans were skeptical when they first hooked up. People thought Valentin was still too hung up on Anna Devane, or that Carly was just using him to fill the void left by Jason and Sonny. But tonight proved that this is real love. Valentin threw away his life for her. He knew the WSB was looking for him. He knew Brennan told him to contact Z, and he refused because he didn't want to go back to Steinmauer. But the second Carly was in danger, none of that mattered. He didn't hesitate. That is romance, people. That is epic, sweeping soap opera romance, and the writers just ripped it away from us and locked it in a federal holding cell. And poor Jocelyn. She is sitting in that sub-basement with an unconscious Liesel Obrecht, probably hearing the boots of the WSB agents on the floorboards above her, hoping and praying that someone is coming to open that door. And they didn't. They arrested her mother and left. Jocelyn is truly on her own now. She has those makeshift weapons Anna Devane left behind, and she is going to have to use them. She is going to have to save herself, because nobody else is coming. I am so here for Jocelyn entering her action hero era. If she shivs Cassius or Ross Cullum next week, I will cheer. I will literally stand up in my living room and cheer. Let's just take a second to appreciate the pacing of this episode. We started with Carly sneaking around, the tension building, the eerie silence of Windermere. The way the director shot those scenes was phenomenal. It felt like a horror movie. Every time a floorboard creaked, I thought Cullen was going to jump out. But the misdirection, having Brennan be the one to orchestrate the raid instead of Cullum catching her, brilliant. It totally subverted my expectations. I was so ready for a Carly versus Cullum showdown, but having the WSB crash the party elevates the stakes so much higher. This isn't just a local kidnapping anymore. This is a full-blown international incident, and the fallout is going to be massive. Think about Michael. Think about Jocelyn's brothers. When they find out Carly has been arrested by the WSB, they are going to lose their minds. Michael is already spiraling with this whole Willow and Chase cheating trap he is setting up. Now he's going to have to deal with his mother facing federal prison. The Corinthos family is going to be stretched so thin. And what about Charlotte? Valentin warned her to stay away from Danny, but now that Valentin is going back to Steinmauer, Charlotte is going to go completely rogue. She and Danny are already scheming, and without Valentin to keep her in check, she is going to do something incredibly dangerous. I can feel it. So yeah, that's where I'm at. I am a mess of emotions. I am furious at Carly for not listening. I am devastated for Valentin. I am in awe of Jack Brennan's villainy, and I want Ross Cullum to fall off the parapet at Windermere. What did you guys think? Am I overreacting? Don't answer that. I know I am. But seriously, drop your thoughts in the comments. Are Carly and Valentin going to Steinmauer for good? Is Brennan playing a triple cross? How is Jocelyn going to get out of this? I need to talk to people who get it, because my real-life friends are tired of hearing me yell about Port Charles.